Also, thank you to Ohio Governor, who was not the one pitching for the banishment of flags being planted on fields in the state of Ohio.
Okay.
Some politician in Ohio certainly was at one point. I think that kind of got shooed away. The Ohio governor, though, has approved a $600 million operation for a new Cleveland Browns stadium.
Wow.
Congratulations. The public's coming together with ownership, and we're going to make a brand new Cleveland area. Now, obviously, the current stadium is historic. It's right there on the lake. It's very windy. It's outside. It's a football town. The dog pound has been in there representing for a long, long time during a lot of hard years for the Cleveland Browns. Now they're looking to innovate and looking to move forward. AJ, how do Ohioans feel about this, and how do you think this will go over in the Cleveland area? Because I heard there was a lot of arguments on what this would be.
Yeah, I mean, people, I think, are kind of torn about this. They love where they're at on the lake and everything about it. Is that the airport in the background I see of this? Is that where this thing is located?
You tell me, AJ.
I'm looking. I feel like there's airplanes and there's terminals behind it. I don't know what that might be. But, yeah, isn't every team, every owner's trying to build their own Patriots place? Like, hey, let's build it. Let's own the real estate. Let's own everything around it, and let's just rake in all the money. I think it is a good thing for everybody, honestly.
Yeah, I think it'll become a good business venture, especially if the dog pound buys into it. You know, if the dog pound's like, this is cool. Like in Green Bay, the Packers have like a museum and a Hall of Fame and some other shit that you can come visit and make a trip out of it, even in the offseason. If Cleveland does that, which we assume they will, with stores and everything else, hotels, places to stay, it's like you can make your Cleveland Browns football team an actual like getaway as well, which is what all these teams are trying to do.
Yeah, the number surprised me. I feel like it's much lower than I would expect for a new. And then it's a dome, right? Not retractable. It's a straight dome in Cleveland.
It's going to cost way more than that, obviously, right?
Yeah, I wonder how much Haslam's given up. I assume that's the conversation.
Yeah, you know? But dome in Cleveland, completely opposite.
That's weird.
Yeah, very, very, very weird. But at the same time, I mean, the shit that they've been doing ain't been working. So completely different. I know there are some people who just love football indoors, football in a controlled climate. I'm a fan of, the outdoor weather, the elements, especially when you're playing a division like the Browns are. But I like it. Anytime, like AJ said, anytime you build a new facility, you're gonna bring new people in. You're gonna boost the economy. Hopefully, you get major events coming to Cleveland. So this is big for Cleveland.
I think. Yeah, the events that can be held there now at the Dome and all the things that can travel whenever the weather's not great, which in Cleveland, cities like Cleveland,
real fans definitely hate the Dome. Real fans hate the fact that the roof does not retract.
If Pittsburgh was to put a dome on there, people would be very pissed. Oh, it's footballers would play footballers, football weather, and then who knows what the concerts would become? How would that all go? But in Cleveland, I feel like that was the biggest argument: is football supposed to be played outside, and then we'll have like a Thanksgiving or a November or December game where there's a blizzard and everybody's like, this is football, this is awesome, this is awesome. And then in some of those cities, they eliminate the opportunity to have that. And then people got, like Buffalo was having this conversation as well with everything. It's like, what's feasible? What makes sense for all year round? Do punters have a vote? Because if they do, let's put a roof on this thing. Let's go ahead and put a roof on everything. Quarterbacks probably feel the same way. That's a tough decision to make, especially with how much money's being spent. As we have 1 minute left, and Ty Sr. takes it away.
Well, I was just going to say, you talk about identity. Obviously, people want to be outside. Like this to me, this just kind of feels like how would you feel if Dale Sr. was, driving the 24, rainbow sherbet car?
Cool.
It'd just be weird. That's not his identity.
It's a rainbow warrior.
But whatever, because Jeff Gordon, respectfully so, he's never going to be on the level as Dale Sr. You know that. I know you.
Fair.
Jeff Gordon. But I was just going to say, especially when you're playing in that division, you're going inside. Like that's a massive advantage to a team that has Lamar Jackson as their quarterback and Joe Burrow. Whereas, you're playing in the elements late in the season, you might mitigate a little bit what those guys do. Not so much anymore playing inside a dome.
That's a good call, Senior.